Excellent. We're recording. It's up there in the corner. Thank you, Rachel Quayle, Operations Manager for the Million Mom Movement. If you don't know her pretty face, you can see her over there. And all of my sisters from the Million Mom Movement are with us tonight. So if you are with the Million Mom Movement, you're going to be introduced this evening at some point because you're probably going to be speaking. But just so everybody can catch you, if you would drop a C for council down in the comments, a C for council. And thank you to all my sisters that are on the council. You know, we are a fierce group of mamas who have forged our partnership to bring the Million Mom Movement forward. And the Million Mom Movement is a grassroots organization that is really here to educate, empower, and activate our constituent body to be fierce consumers, awake, aware consumers. And then, of course, activated as Purium brand partners, consuming organic non-GMO superfoods and sharing them into the world to help people achieve their health and wealth sovereignty. So if you haven't been on one of our calls before, I invite you every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, to be with us for that 1 hour where we've got special topics and guests and so forth. And we didn't meet last week for the holiday, and then this week we're not meeting. And so we as a council were like, we can't just leave our people out in the field for 2.5 weeks going from 2020 to 2021 without us. And, you know, we miss you fiercely when we're not together with you. So this call was put together specifically in this season of shedding 2020 and birthing ourselves into 2021 to level up our entire Million Mom Movement force field, to level us up in that fearlessness and fierceness that comes from being one of the movement of many. You know, mom used to be really just moms, and then it became dads and caregivers and educators and influencers. And there are lots of people on this call tonight that wear lots of different hats. You care about your right to health and wealth sovereignty. You care about having your voice be heard. You have a voice you decided to use. And we as the Million Mom Movement Council are committed to supporting you and working with you and showing you how to use the Million Mom Movement at your back when you walk through life and when you walk around as a brand partner. We're with you. You think it's you making that phone call? You think it's you calling your cousin or tapping on that chiropractor's door to tell them about Biomedic? It's not. You are an agent in the field for this movement. And we want to use tonight's opportunity to empower you to be fierce and fearless in your networking. So the very first person I would like to bring to the spotlight for this conversation, very appropriately, is the chair of the Million Mom Movement. If you haven't met her before, you want to know her and follow her on all of her social media. Her name is Stephanie Dawn. She has been an entrepreneurial coach and success coach for decades. She is a fierce mother of two whose personal story brought her into this movement. She's been an activist for years. She's been a sacred birth facilitator and author, and she is very committed to empowering families, knowing the truth about our food system and getting what is quality and pure in us. So show some love to Stephanie Dawn as she talks about owning your ferocity and owning your activism and owning your voice. So Stephanie Dawn, welcome. Please take it away.
Hi, Rebecca. Hi, beautiful council. Hello, Million Mom Movement community. I'm so excited to be here with you tonight. And I was reflecting, Rebecca, that next week actually is going to be a year since we birthed Fierce Fridays. And
And it's your birthday.
yeah, yeah. So, gosh, a little backstory, everyone. So, as Rebecca said, I've been an activist for over 30 years, environmental, social justice, birth freedom, medical freedom activist, and now I work very diligently to help people understand what's going on in the cancer field in regards to understanding the path that I'm on. I received a breast cancer diagnosis a year and a half ago, and I'm happy to say that I'm healthy and thriving. I still have a ways to go. I'm not cancer free, but so I have a lot to say about a lot when it comes to health. And one of the things that I like to sort of bold or underscore is a conversation that I was having with Purium's founder, Amy Venner, maybe a year and a half ago. And she used the term outrage in terms of what's going on in United States food systems. And I'd never heard Amy say that before. And, it made me think of what I've heard other activists say in the past. If you're not outraged about what's going on, you're not paying attention. So we here at the Million Mom Movement are paying attention. We're paying attention because our lives have been forever changed by the corruption of our food systems. And it is our job to be outraged and to take action, right? Don't get angry, get organized. That's something else that we used to say activists, as activists 30 years ago, when I was doing all kinds of crazy things like hanging banners off buildings and doing die-ins and sit-ins and all that kind of stuff. So I have this activist heart. And, for me, I feel very blessed to be a brand partner with Purium and to be really bringing forth into the world values that I deeply care about. And so what I want to impart to you tonight is that whether you're a mother or not, because we are a movement of many, all right? You can be a dad, you can be a grandfather, you can be an auntie, you can be someone who just cares about children, okay? It doesn't really matter. You don't have to have birthed a baby to be a part of this movement. What you do need to be is someone who cares deeply and who's willing to take action, to be uncomfortable, to, you know, to raise your voice and share your opinion and offer forth information. And in that way, I want to empower each of you tonight to really own your influence. You don't need to be an influencer on Instagram to have influence in terms of sharing what it is that we have here with Purium. You, simply by being you, knowing what you know, and granted, we're all learning all the time, right? You can just open your mouth and share what you know and start conversations. And in that way, you can influence, you can educate, you can inspire. And it might not always feel comfortable. And that's where we come in, because we're here to share with you that you're not alone. We're right there with you. And I want to share a story with you. And I've shared it before on Fierce Friday, but I want to share it again because it was this time last year, the day before Christmas. I was at Safeway at the checkout and I was just buying a few items. And I might have even had one of those funny little Christmas, hats on. I don't know. But, I was feeling a little bit lighthearted, the day before Christmas. And this woman was buying Cheerios right in front of me. And it was, how sometimes they sell the two together with the little handle, making it really easy for you to get two boxes. Well, what we know about Cheerios over here at the Million Mom Movement is that they're incredibly toxic and that they're also incredibly popular brands here in the United States. And so I see her putting her Cheerios on the little treadmill. I'm like, do I open my mouth? Do I share what I know? And I had a little chat with self and I was like, Steph, you're not the woman that you think you are if you don't open your mouth right now. And so I said, hi, I just noticed you're about to purchase Cheerios, and I wondered, did you know that there's a link between glyphosate and Cheerios? Do you know what glyphosate is? And we just started, open the conversation, right? I said, my son got really sick eating Cheerios, and I just, I feel now compelled to educate people that are in my midst about what I know, right? And so I opened my mouth and I shared what I knew, right? I said, just when you get home, maybe Google glyphosate and cancer, okay? And I thought I would just leave it at that, right? I didn't know what she'd do and I wasn't attached. And for a few minutes she's still putting stuff on the treadmill and she turns to me and she goes, I'm not going to buy them. Thank you for telling me that. And I was like, oh, wow, awesome. And the missing opportunity for me is I didn't have a little Purium gift card in my purse. I hadn't refilled my little card container. So and it's okay. I live on a small island. I may run into her again, but in that moment, I owned my influence shopping at Safeway. Was it a little bit uncomfortable? Yes, it was. But I moved forward from this place of uncomfortability because my commitment to what it is that we're doing here with the Million Mom movement is greater than whatever might limit me, whatever people might think about me, what they might say about me. I just don't care. I care more about the little child, the baby perhaps, that's going to put that Cheerio in their mouth and have debilitating gut issues for their childhood the way that my son did. I don't want that to happen to another child. And so we at the Million Mom movement, we're fierce. We are women, men, grandparents, aunties, uncles, people that care about children on a mission to change the way that we're doing food here in the United States. Because what's going on right now is not okay, not on my watch. So that's my commitment to, as your chair, that's my commitment to this council. That's my commitment to Dave and Amy. And that's my commitment to people that don't even know what we know. I'm here to say, hey, this is happening. Is it a great thing when they purchase Biomedic? Of course it is. Is it a great thing when they purchase the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation? Of course it is. But my first interest is in educating. That's my first interest. And then always make sure you've got your gift card handy. Or that you carry on the conversation to say, and I happen to know of a solution that can get it out of your body. So, we, as we birthed this event tonight, we really wanted to sort of infuse you with the ferocity that myself and my fellow council goddesses have in what really gets us up in the morning and what has us lead with the Million Mom movement and really be a stand for the transformation of how food is being done here in the US and beyond. So thank you, Rebecca, for just taking this and running with it. Thank you to the entire council for all the work that we've done in 2020. It has been an amazing year. And look out, because we've got big work to do in 2021. And I really hope you'll join us for every Fierce Friday, because we put a lot of time and energy into making it an hour of power that you can not only feel amazing about attending and carving out time in your precious day for, but that you can actively promote to your friends, to your family, to anyone that cares the way that we care. They don't have to be a brand partner. They just have to be people that care as we care. So thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be a part of this incredible movement and to be on this mission with you all.
Thank you, Stephanie. Ow! Now you know why she leads the movement. Because this right here, you're not who you think you are if you don't open your mouth. Those words, sister, are epic. And this, my commitment is greater than my personal limits. That is the voice of ferocity there. And I'm not falling prey to the perception of others. I'm going to say what I have to say. So thank you for those three. Slam, slam, slam. I really appreciate that. So Stephanie talked to us about owning our influence, and she demonstrated really well for now how that can happen literally in the grocery store. It can happen right there, right? But for some of us, we might even be looking at influencers on social media, maybe someone in your community, maybe someone that has some celebrity status. And sometimes we have ourselves so far removed from our own power that we get afraid to go and reach out and play big. And so tonight we're going to have the fabulous Jody Parker, our next speaker, talk to us about dismantling the pedestal that we can sometimes fall in our humanity, we can fall victim to, where we put someone up higher than we are and then make them unattainable in our own minds. So let's open up the floor for Jody Parker. All of us will be talking for like 5 minutes tonight, each of us, so that then we can open the floor a little bit before we close the call and take any questions that you might have. Jody Parker, go ahead with your fierce self.
And mini me, who you guys
and
will
mini
see.
you.
Yeah, if you're ever on Fierce Friday, mini me will be hanging out with us. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this pop-up this evening. And let's talk about dismantling the pedestal. What does that even mean? We all have those people in our life, from the time we're in middle school and there's the popular girl, to the time we're in our community and there's somebody that everybody loves, to the time when we're at some event and we meet some huge influencer who's changing the world. And there's that voice inside of us that goes, am I good enough to be hanging around with this person? This person knows more than I do. This person has more influence than I do. What if this person judges me? Drop me a 1 in the comments if that's ever happened to you. If you've ever found yourself in that position where you didn't feel like you were good enough to be talking to somebody that you've put up on a pedestal for whatever reason. And there's lots of reasons, right? So I'm going to start with a small example just from today that happened like an hour ago. And then I'm going to go to a bigger example to help you guys get beyond that. So today I'm on Facebook and I'm talking to somebody about the situation we find ourselves in the world right now. And I have very strong opinions about that and a great deal of education behind those very strong opinions, even though I don't have the letters MD after my name. But I have 22 years of research behind what I know. And I have life experience behind what I know. And I was talking to somebody in the medical field. And they had their viewpoint. And sometimes, you're going to get attacked. They're going to be like, I don't agree with you. And it has become very clear that we can't be quiet. Right now, in this time, in this world, we have to stand in our power. We have to open our heart. We have to speak with compassion, but we have to stand up for ourselves. And I did. And I explained, this is what I see and this is what I think. And here's a couple of things to support what I just said, resources. And that person came back and said, I agree with you. Like, I had this moment of, I wasn't going to say anything, but I did. And I created a bridge. Now, will that person ever buy Purium from me? Probably not. But that's not the point. At the Million Mom Movement, we are fierce about all of it. We are fierce about health. We are fierce about standing in our power. And we know who we are. And you need to get in touch with that power inside of you and realize that when we put somebody on a pedestal, it isn't about them. It's about how we're feeling on the inside. It's about us judging ourselves. It has nothing to do with the person we are afraid to talk to. And so at a bigger level, when you're out there, the reason they asked me to talk about this is because all of us in the council have at times experienced well, you're so smart, or you know this, or you know that, and people kind of putting us up on a pedestal. And I'm just a real person. I have my own life experiences and my knowledge and my wisdom that comes from those life experiences. But that doesn't make me any better or any worse than anybody else. It just means I know what I know, and I'm willing to learn from other people who don't. And most influencers, whether they be an Instagram influencer or a Hollywood star or whoever they are, they just want to be seen for who they are. Nobody wants to be on a pedestal, because when they become human, as they will inevitably do, then they fall off the pedestal and people attack them. Nobody wants that. They just want to be seen for who they are. And so when you're talking to somebody who is intimidating to you, remember that if you can create an authentic connection with them through authentically being yourself and seeing who they are, then they will want to engage with you, because people want to be seen. They want to be heard. Will you run into those people with gigantic egos? Of course you will. But that's not what this is really about. It's about being able to speak your truth to someone when you have something to offer them that they may benefit from, and not shying away from being willing to offer it to them because they might say no, or they may not want it. I have somebody who is an influencer in my downline, and she said, I don't want to feel like I'm being too salesy, because she knows all kinds of influencers. I don't want to be salesy. And I said to her, if I had an answer for glyphosate poisoning and an easy way to detox it, to make your life simpler and to make the people in your life healthier, and I didn't tell you, how would you feel? She's like, I'd be kind of pissed. Right? They can say no, but you don't know what somebody's going to say until you offer it to them. Now, there's going to be that ramp up period for everybody, that you feel comfortable talking about whatever it is you're passionate about. And all of us have our particular passions, and that's where you're going to find your tribe, is among those passions. And that's why I know certain influencers in certain areas, is because I'm passionate and I got involved and I talked to people and I made friends and I educated myself. So you do have to do those things. You can't go off half-cocked without any knowledge. Like, make sure you know what you're talking about. And if you don't, ask questions of your upline and of the council and get on these calls, because that's what we're here for. But once you find your voice and you infuse it with your authentic passion, there are no pedestals, and there is nobody that you would feel afraid to talk to, because you're just sharing your heart, just like you would with your best friend. It isn't any different. People are people. And if they are going to be in their ego and get mad at you, then probably not a person you want in your life anyway. So no loss. Now you've practiced, you've done your due diligence. And now when you meet the next person who you would love to work with and love to be on your team and lock arms with and walk down this journey with, you'll be ready. So that is it. Don't put anybody on a pedestal. Authentically be yourself. Make sure that you're standing in your passion, and educate yourself in the areas where you feel like you need to fill in knowledge gaps, so you can speak knowledgeably about whatever it is you're passionate about. And you will just see that fear of talking to those people that we put up there will disappear. Rebecca, back to you.
Absolutely love it. Jody, these are the big bangs. Our fear to speak up is never about the them. You guys get that? How many times do you not say what you have to say? Well, because they're that way, or because I know how they are, or I don't know how they are, and I don't know how they're going to be. It's never about them. It's about how you have framed yourself in your own narrative. Love that, Jody. And This is about being able to speak your truth. If there's anything that all of us on the council hope you walk away with tonight, is this isn't just going to make you better in your networking and your brand partnership with Purium. This is going to make you a greater quality person everywhere you go, because you will be reliable for speaking your truth. And what an amazing world we would all be able to experience if we were truthful and forthcoming, as Stephanie said. Love that word, forthcoming. And I'm going to use this opportunity to share quickly for myself. You know, part of why I got so excited about this particular pop-up and this topic is because in the last couple of weeks, I had my own breakthrough. And I wanted to be able to share it, not just with my downline, but with the field. You know, one night I was up, and I usually watch the show on Netflix that I'm binging, like 7,000 Years of series. You know, the show has been on forever. So I decided this night, though, I could really probably put something better in my head than the show that I've been binging. So I went looking for a documentary. Jody, I hope you laugh because you relate. So I decided I was going to not have mental junk food. I was going to go watch a documentary, and I found this documentary that I'm going to leave nameless right now. But I watched this documentary that echoed our conversation for big ag, for glyphosate, gluten, GMOs, epigenetic eating models. And I was so moved that I was like, okay, these people have to know us and I have to know them. Like, I need to talk to the people that made this film. If you've ever had that thought, drop a 1. If you've ever had that kind of thought, like saw a film, saw a celebrity, saw something, and you were like, I have to. Okay. Now, those of you that are dropping a 1, drop a 2 if another voice came right after it and was like, yeah, but I don't know. And then talked you out of it. Drop a 2. Okay. So I decided, thank you for the honesty, by the way, you're owning your humanity, and that's going to own your influence in just a minute. So I had that moment, and then I was like, you shut up. I'm not listening to you. I want to talk to that voice over there. So I had to shut down that one voice, let the other voice speak loudly. And I got online. I looked at IMDb and the film and who produced it and the director and the screenwriter. And then I found them on LinkedIn, and I'm never really on LinkedIn. So I get on LinkedIn, and I don't have the premium LinkedIn, but I found the people that made the movie. And I spent $29 to get premium LinkedIn so I could send some emails. Now, I'm going to share with you the email I sent, and I'm going to somehow put it in this thread here if I can. Here's what I said. Dear so-and-so, I just finished watching your masterpiece, and I named the film, and I'd love to connect with you further and possibly collaborate if what I offer resonates with you. I serve on the council of the Million Mom Movement, a grassroots organization educating, empowering, and mobilizing our constituents to be conscious consumers and activists for toxin-free food systems. Your film project struck a deep chord in me, as a key tenet of our work is to raise awareness about the impact of glyphosate and offering information on the only globally recognized solution to remove the toxin and rehabilitate the microbiome, which is creating unprecedented results for people and animals. I believe our work can align. I will be happy to connect at your convenience to share further and learn more. Thank you in advance for your reply. $29 email, okay? So within 24 hours, I get an email back from her. Within another 24 hours, she and I are talking on the phone. As of yesterday, she is confirmed to do a connect call in January with me and her and Amy Venner. Because she's in Australia, she has a huge body of people that follow her in America. And when we spoke, I want to share this part with you. I told her, listen, I don't want to talk small with you. I want to really look at how we can collaborate on a large scale. And I understand that you already carry some things. So I want to talk about what you carry and why, and, how we could possibly work together. And she said, well, Rebecca, I really appreciate it. I'm very honored, but my standards are impossibly high. Things have to be vegan and organic and non-GMO, starting with the seed. And I said, I understand. We're that. That's why I reached out to you. And she said, well, that's great, but I have other standards too. I said, okay, what are they? She said, I'm very eco-conscious. I want to make sure that how things are grown and harvested and cultivated are all done in a way that is sustainable for the earth and its resources. I said, we're that too. And whatever she had to say, like her standards are ridiculously high, but we meet them. And I said, listen, I don't want to talk to you about onesie twosie sales. I see you as a really big player in the world. And I would like to take you to the owners of this company and introduce you and get acquainted with each other to create an epic collaboration. Are you open to that? And she said, well, I have to admit something to you. I'm really never on LinkedIn. And when I get LinkedIn notifications, I just delete them. She said, and I got yours and my finger wouldn't let me delete it. And she said, then I clicked on your message and I thought, how many more messages am I getting like this that I'm deleting? And I said, well, funny story. I'm hardly ever on LinkedIn and I had to pay $29 to send you that email. So I really appreciate your finger not deleting it. And we both laughed. And she said, I'm going on vacation, but I'm absolutely open to a conversation. So she'll be back for her vacation in January. We will have that call. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'll tell you what, ever since then, there isn't anybody I can't talk to. It caused a breakthrough in me. And my downline and I, if you're on this call and you're part of my downline, would you please type in H4? If you're part of my downline, you and I are now working in a project to go and talk to all the experts that were in her film. Okay? Because now my team is going to go talk to 17 other people that made that film legit and credible. Doctors, researchers, authors, other documentary filmmakers. Okay? And I'm going to, as soon as my next sister is talking, which will be Taz Ferreira in Canada, I'm going to put in this chat the language I put in that email. Take this email, make it yours. You are not just Bonnie out in the world. You are not just Fred out in the world. You are a member of the Million Mom Movement. And we back you. If you go after someone that's made a film, if you've got a doctor in your hometown, if you've got someone that you're like, they're so huge, I want to approach them, but I'm not sure how, talk to your upline and get with one of us on the council. We have your back. But there's no reason to play small in 2021 at all for anything. And with that, I'm going to pass the mic to Taz Ferreira, who has created a fantastic organization for herself and has done it globally. Taz has people around the world that are her brand partners and consumers. And I would like her to talk to us about the mindset that she has to do that, the skill set, and then kind of how she makes it flow. So Taz, take it away, baby.
Thank you, Rebecca. You see, this is why I love being aligned with these powerful women. Like just hearing you all talk, I'm like, yes, yes, yes. This is our reason. This is our purpose. So, we're talking about being outraged. You know what? They're outraged in Europe as well. How many of us speak more than one language? Drop me a 3. Let me know, how many languages do you speak? And what's another language that you know? Is it English, Spanish? So many of us know so many languages, right? I know 5, okay? English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, and Italian. And you know what? I use that to my advantage, right? We have to expand. It's more than the the North American market that's outraged, they're outraged in Europe. They're having the same issues with glyphosate, and everything what's going on, they're going through the same issues we've gone through. And COVID is going on there as well. So they have been shut down. They are home. They are looking for another way out, another way how to change the world. So what I do, I look at my niche and what I'm good at. So I'm vegan. I'm a vegan mom. So I go to groups. I go to groups for vegan families, and this is not just North America. This is all over. So then I connect with vegan activists. In Europe, I find they understand activism really well. So then it's really easy for me to connect with them. And then we speak about activism and how they want to change the world. But I feel that in Europe, it's more limited for them to change the world. So you know what happens? Their passion grows stronger. Their passion grows stronger, and they want so badly to make such change, but they don't know how. And you also need to think that in Europe, not everyone is living in a city. Someone could be living in, you know, um, a rural area. So it's not easy to go to a grocery store. So they need the accessibility of what we have. So what I do, I make a relationship with them, and then we start talking about alternative ways, right? And they love everything that I talk about, the glyphosate. Glyphosate in Europe is a huge issue now. It's not like how it used to be. So now they understand that. And I have brand partners from Sweden, from France, from Italy, from the UK, and they all get it. And there's so many vegan families out there that need to connect. A lot of times, what I get is that they tell me not a lot of people around us are like this, but you know who is like this around them? Us. We bring that community to them. So now they have that community. So this is how my brand partners are able to connect on our calls. I have brand partners that connect to the Leslie Zan call at 9 o'clock Tuesday evening. So that's like at the late hours for them, like 3 o'clock in the morning. And they're always on the Fierce Friday calls. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning for them. And a lot of them are from Greece, they're from the Netherlands, they're from all over Europe. But sometimes they might not understand the language, but you know what they do understand? They understand the passion and the community, and that's what they go with, because now they're able to reach North Americans as well. They're not limited to only European. They can build this business anywhere. And since COVID has happened, I have 3 European brand partners who have all gone diamond. So now this has actually allowed them to take their business and travel. I have one of my UK brand partners. She is building an empire in Belize. She's building a whole permaculture in Belize. She bought land, she's building a house. You see, the beauty of our business is it's not location dependent. So she didn't have to stay in the UK. She's not a tree. She made her decision. And you know what? She's following her dreams. Now we are giving them a solution how to follow their dreams. So now she left, and now she's building this empire in Belize. She's making the whole Belize into this purium city. So we know we're not limited. We are not limited to only North America. When we say think big, we mean think huge. You need to be huge, and we need to be outraged. And this goes across the ocean. And I also want to say that, like, I host French Zoom calls. So this gives us another ability when we know these languages, host these calls so then people can record the calls and send it to them. And Purium actually does the Spanish calls. So if you have Spanish speaking people, you can send them, you can invite them to those calls. Don't make any limitations in your life. We are a solution company. We have so many solutions, and everyone encounters these issues all the time. So I'm so fortunate to be aligned with such powerful women. And, we're building this every day, and we have to think huge, guys. Thank you, Rebecca.
I love it. Thank you so much, Taz. I love this. Use the language and culture you're already part of. It's in you. It's you. It's you. It's literally who you are. How amazing is that? And this is probably going to be my quote of the night. You're not a tree. You can grow your business anywhere. Hashtag I am not a tree. Hashtag I am the Million Mom Movement. I love that, Taz. And Taz is pointing to a really great thing. There's organizations and groups that you can network with. There are people that you know and who you can connect with and network through. This is a big thing if you're a professional networker, is you don't want to just, right, Sarah, I am not a tree. You don't want to just network to people. You want to network through people. So that's going to bring me to my second to last speaker tonight. Carmela Velarde has been with the company for quite a few years, 5-6 years now, and has grown a really juicy organization for herself. And she's had to deal with growth networking through her organization, and she's going to talk to us about a special way of deepening your relationships to optimize who's already in your organization, and it's something we call tap rooting. So take it away, sister.
Thanks everyone for all these great tips and all this inspiration so far on networking, which I love. I joined Purium because of the products, but then I realized there is an inevitable, calling to share, right? There's a mission. And who here has ever even heard of the term tap rooting? This is why I wanted to talk about it tonight, because I really feel, all right. So this is something that I've used that's really been effective for me. If you do know the term, drop a 3 in the comments, because I do want to know, everybody's definition of fierce, right, has been so unique with what they're sharing, with owning your voice, owning your influence, about widening your reach with however many different countries you can get into. But then also your leverage in your business is about your influence in your team. And so networking within your team is huge. It's residual income. And building depth is how we build wealth. And the understanding that we really can unlock all of these levels by understanding who's in your team. And so really understanding your back office. So if you're brand new to your business, it's all about creating the accounts, creating a back office that you can say, okay, I know these people, the people who are doing a lot of volume, bringing new people in regularly, I know who they are. Being really in touch with your team is taprooting, because then you can look in your back office and anyone who you don't know, you don't have to ask permission. This is your team. And this is something that I want to empower everybody to do, because I had found people in my own team felt like they couldn't necessarily reach out to people they didn't know, when really you can. And I want to give you that permission today to really have this relentless pursuit of getting to know your team, because in doing so, you become fierce. You become a leader, and your leadership means that you have to know who it is you're working with, who they know and their influence. If you don't know your team's influence, then you can't leverage your influence through them and really get through them. And so that's what I really wanted to share, because I have built a number of diamonds this way. And sometimes it's by surprise, because I'll work 7 levels down. There's somebody who in my team that's here that I've worked 7 levels down. So I built 2 diamonds in the process of getting somebody to fast start executive. And in doing that quickly, they were like, wait, what just happened in a month? I hit diamond? How on earth is this happening? Well, UBT, guys, UBT, fast start, widen your reach. These points travel all the way up. Networking in is a really effective way to build long-term success. And if you want long-term success, you're going to be a fierce networker wherein you can speak and train your team how they can easily then just work with what they have, the gems, the beauty of the relationships individually. You've got this hot market, your individual first levels, but then your warm market are all the levels below that, whom you may not know. So I really want you to understand your influence within your own team and speak up. So a large part of being a leader in your own team is to have a voice within it. And if people don't know who you are, say hi, say hello, I am your upline. I would love to create a relationship with you. And if they're new in the business, they're going to say yes if they want the business, because they're curious to know who they have as a support system. So we do talk about a lot of what we are talking about is definitely prospecting, right? Leadership and hot leaders, but also know that if you have an organization that may have been longer, I've been in the company for 6.5 years and I have a Blue Diamond business. It's because I've had steady growth with the leaders that I have and wanting to grow them organically over time. So I highly suggest you go that route. If you don't yet have a deep organization, that's your goal with residual income.
Awesome, Carmela. Thank you so much. And listen, there are some gems in this I really can't highlight enough. If you keep growing your business wide, meaning it's all your gift card codes, right? That's cash, that's income every Friday. But what Carmela's talking about is building deep. And it's those deep relationships, it's those legs that grow deep under you that create your residual income. So that's long-term and residual. And that's the promise of what network marketing really gives you is, hey, you don't have to do this for yourself by yourself. You can empower an organization so that they win and that you're winning too. The other thing is, I love that Carmela gave you permission. I think if there's anything that the council aligned with as we were creating this conversation is let's go give the field permission to be fierce in 2021. And don't wait until January 1. Close your month that way. Go turn over those stones that you've avoided all month because of whatever limit was there. But we give you permission to be fierce, and we give you permission to say, I'm with the Million Mom movement. We give you permission. If nobody gave you permission before tonight, we as the council give you permission now. Yes, you're a brand partner to Purium Health Products, but you are with a movement of many that is out to activate people in their consciousness and in their care and in their consumerism. And a lot of people already have this passion, right? A lot of people already care. So you're inviting them an opportunity to take their passion and use it on purpose to have influence. And let me just tell you, the queen mom of that is the person who crafts the Million Mom Movement social media. She is going to be leading January's Million Mom Movement, our business power hour on the third Wednesday of every month that we have. And if you don't know her already, you're going to tonight. Take it away, Niava Flory.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. I love everything that you all shared. So much inspiration and just loving being a part of this council and just so grateful for everybody, each and every one of you here and your mission, your part in our mission. And something that I wanted to share and bring to the circle tonight is that we all have passions. We all had, who we are, the things that we've done in our life that we've been passionate about before we came a part of this movement and this community and this company. And so I want you to remember what those things are, whatever, maybe there's even just one thing that you're really passionate about, and share about that, because that's something that you're comfortable sharing about. And right now we still have the Widen Your Reach promotion, you know, to go live on your social media. And there's so many great ways that you can share what you're passionate about. But there's also lots of great ways that you can use your passion to expand your network. And so I know sometimes, you know, we come in, maybe we feel like we don't have a lot of friends on Facebook or whatever it might be that's holding us back. We don't know who to put on our list. And so a really great way to start is people that have something in common with you. Because if you have something in common, you have something that you can talk about, and something that you're passionate about is always something fun to talk about, right? Who doesn't love talking about their passions? And if you're sharing about your passions with somebody else that has those like passions, then you're both going to be lit up on fire. And it's a really great way to start the conversation and then share what else you're fired up about as we're stepping into the new year. We all have, you know, New Year's group transformations happening, or different things that we're really passionate and excited to be sharing about. So I wanted to bring that to the circle. And then I also wanted to say that earlier was mentioned about groups. You know, Taz was mentioning about how some of the vegan groups, they have people around the world. Well, any one of these groups, like you could have a passion for, you know, cooking, or a passion, maybe you're a vegan as well, or whatever other things that you might like to talk about. Maybe it's sewing, maybe it's homeschooling, whatever your passion subject is, there is a group with lots of people in there, probably hundreds of groups. And so you can pick one or a few, and you can go in there. And like Taz was sharing about groups, as you create influence within that group, you become one of the people in that group that's building value and sharing valuable information. And that inspires people, and then they want to know more about you. And you create connections through conversations through those places. And so I just wanted to give you all a few tips of ways that you can expand your network through sharing your passion or connecting with other people that have like passions, because we all, you know, we all have something that we're really good at, or that we have been really good at, and maybe we've put it to the side for a minute because, you know, we became a mom, or whatever other things have happened in our life. We recently moved, so maybe that art project is in storage. We'll pull the paints out and do a live painting, or whatever it is that you're excited and passionate about, and share it with your community and have that be your conversation starter. And if you don't know, like Rebecca mentioned, I have the incredible opportunity to share on our Million Mom Movement platform, our Million Mom Movement social medias. And so if you're not currently following us, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And then you can also, thank you, son. You can also tag us on your posts. So mainly on Instagram, I will repost them, and in your stories as well. And so I just want to encourage you all, if you haven't yet done the Widen Your Reach and gotten some volume in from that, it's a really fun promotion. There's lots of great ways that you can share what it is, you know, what it is you're excited about, what it is you're passionate about, some tips for going into the new year, and have fun with it. And tag us on it too, so we can share it in our stories. So I'm going to pass it back to you, Rebecca. Thank you all so much. And
Awesome.
If you guys don't know, this is my little guy, Kainoa, and he has been with me the whole journey. And so, and he just found this in the bushes. So he's really excited because he's like, how did I find this? Like an Easter egg hunt. We're in Hanalei Bay at the beach, and he found this in the bushes of all things. So he's like super excited. It's like Christmas, right?
That's amazing.
He's like, how did I find this cup of all the ones that you could find? This is the one. Thank you. That's a cool treasure. So
that's so brilliant.
I know, right? How did he find that here in Hanalei Bay? So Pure Yum clearly is everywhere, you guys. Everywhere.
It's in the bushes. We gotta go shake them bushes.
So we do need some Million Mom Movement swag so that we can find that in the bushes around here too. So that will be coming soon. Stay tuned. We're all working on that. And I'll pass it back to you, Rebecca.
Thank you so much. So grateful. And Nieva, what's your hashtag? You built your business. Hashtag I built my business with.
Yeah, I built my business with my baby on my hip. One long hashtag. I built my business with my baby on my hip. I've been using that hashtag for 6 years, and I still use it when I share about my Purium journey or my business story. And so please go check it out. There's lots of really great stories and videos and just shares that I've done throughout the years.
And I bring that up simply because you live your point, you live your message. You have taken your passion as a mother, and as a mother who's really serious about being home with her kids, and you've crafted that into a message and reached out to other families like, hey, don't you wanna? You've taken that passion and crafted it into a message. So I can't reiterate and highlight that enough. You have a passion too. You out there have a passion too. It might be something local to hear from your community. It might be something everyone's mission, the mission you have. It might be something associated with your career. But this is the ground on which to meet people and invite people. And something that I give a lot of credit to you, Nieva, is that you pay attention to what other people are doing in social media so you can reach out to them. You're watching what they're posting. If they have a concern, if they have a question, if there's an area of life that they're asking for recommendations about, you make yourself a presence and engage with them. And we only have a couple minutes left. So, if you have a quick question, type it in the chat if you have a burning question, because we really only have a couple minutes left. But I do want to reinforce this. And this is what you've heard from all of us tonight. This is a relationship business. So just build relationships. Some of those relationships are going to translate into a direct sale or purchase or brand partner. And some of them won't. Some of them are just going to be great relationships. And none of us will be any poorer for having a rich life of relationships. But that also, in your honor of people and honoring relationships, also gives you leverage because you become known as someone who's great with people. So the minute those people do have someone to refer to you, they're going to be very comfortable doing that because you've demonstrated yourself to be a respecter of people and relationships. All right, let's see what popped up here in the chat. Sarah said she'd love to hear all of our stories. Well, I'll tell you what, the council is working on a little bit of a project with our co-founder, Amy Venner, in 2021. Our stories are going to come to life in vivid Technicolor. What I would love is if everyone on this call made sure they're part of the Million Mom Movement official page on Facebook so that you can continue to contribute to this conversation. And so that as we, as council members, put our information into that group, you can reciprocate as well. Let us know about you. Let us know about the big influencers you're daydreaming about and intimidated by. Do you just need language? Sometimes it's just, I don't know what to say to them. How do I start? We can help you craft language. Do you need something for your social media? Go follow Nieva and the Million Mom Movement. Take what she's using and put it into your social media. And don't miss out what she said. If you will put in your hashtag, I am the Million Mom Movement, hashtag, we are the Million Mom Movement, and tag at Million Mom Movement, she's looking for those, and she takes those posts and puts them into the Million Mom Movement social media. So we spotlight you. We put attention on you. Listen, we're the council, but we're serving you. So don't be shy about asking what you need. Visit the blog, know our petition to General Mills to get glyphosate out of foods and provide safe alternatives, and know about the scholarship that we offer. Do you know someone who's in a hardship situation, but they would be fierce if they had this business? Because we offer a scholarship for them to get the business for free and receive several months of the organic non-GMO superfoods. If you are a scholarship recipient, would you please put an S down in this thread? Some of you are already in receipt and running. And I couldn't be more proud. The council is honored to partner with you. So thank you, all of you, for jumping in and linking arms. And I just, Stephanie, do you want to say anything to close, or would you like me to close us out, sister?
I think she left, Rebecca.
Did she go? Okay, I wasn't sure. She almost wasn't going to be with us tonight, so I wanted to make sure that if she had anything. So listen, our next Fierce Friday gathering is January 8th. It's Stephanie's birthday. We're going to do a cool little thing for her that day, so I hope you all can make it. We're going to be casting our visions for 2021 on January 8th, but don't wait that long. Get your action plans printed, close your December strong, and launch your January. And know that if you have a need, get in that Million Mom official group page, put your question in and your need, and we are there to support you. Thank you so much for making time in holiday week to spend an hour to be with us. We can't say enough to appreciate you, but hopefully our actions will always let you know that you are dear to us and that we're in this mission together. So have a blessed rest of your Wednesday evening, and we'll see you all again soon. Peace.